I'm Scott.
I'm Russell.
I'm Leo. This is Spitball. Welcome to Spitball, where three law-abiding lunatics and a guest empty our heads of startup and tech product ideas that we have stuck up in there so you can all have them for free. Anything that we say is yours to keep. And Russell, I believe that you brought our guest this week.
Yes, we have Matt Rybar here. He's the founder and president of the Michigan Public Safety Drone Association and leads efforts to integrate drone technology into Michigan's public safety sectors. Thank you so much for being here, Matt.
Welcome.
Thanks, Russell.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you.
As we do every week, we got to get started off with a game. And in honor of all of the times that you have lobbied for the rights of drones, drone kind, in front of our Michigan legislature, I've written a little game. This time I'm going to be calling it Law or Lore. In Law or Lore, I'm going to give you a Michigan either state law or municipality law, and all you got to tell me is this a real ordinance or is this something that I made up? For example, did you know that in Michigan, it is illegal to seduce or debauch an unmarried woman, and that's a 5-year felony. That is still a legal thing on the books today, which is pretty great.
That's true?
That's true. So
I know a pizza guy that owes me 5 years of his life. In prison. Anyway,
we got to start as we do every time with our guest Matt. Matt, is this true or not? Within the Detroit city limits, it's illegal to let your pig run unless it has a ring in its nose.
Lore. Definitely a lore.
That's a real law.
Wow.
You can't let your pig run within the city limits unless they're wearing a ring, which is a practical requirement.
There's a new business.
I was about to say, new product
Pig
idea
rings.
right there.
Absolutely.
Or old
Pig rings.
Head on down to pigrings.biz. That's great. Russell, across the whole state of Michigan, is it illegal to sell cars on Sunday?
absolutely. We rest on Sunday out here in Michigan.
Top of the Bible Belt.
That is true as of 1953. Did you know that? It's unlawful for any person, firm, corporation, even secondhand. You're not allowed to sell the car to grandma or whatever.
Wow.
Crazy.
Amen, brother. Sorry. We can edit that out.
Yeah, that's right. Scott, in East Lansing, Michigan, there's an ordinance that says all buildings with elevators of at least 3 floors high must play, quote, wax cylinder music recordings or an equivalent.
I hope that is lore. I don't know if Spotify has wax cylinder recordings.
Or an equivalent. Spotify
Or
would
equivalent.
count? Are you saying that's made up?
That's lore.
Yeah, I made that up.
Okay.
Very good. Matt, in the city of Grand Haven, it's illegal to leave your hoop skirt abandoned on a sidewalk.
That's a law. Absolutely.
That's a real law. Yes.
Matt wrote that one.
1890s. There's a wire problem in like Victorian fashion, I guess, and there's a $5 fine, which I guess would equate to about $165 today.
That means that like a whole city, a council meeting happened to say, yes, that law, gavel
Absolutely.
slams.
It's time.
Write that into the...
We have suffered under this tyranny for too long. Scott,
Crazy.
in Harper Woods, Michigan, it's against the law to paint sparrows and sell them as parakeets.
Why? Lore. Please be lore.
That's a real one.
Oh my God.
Extremely specific city ordinance. That's right.
What
Not in
happened?
Holland, not in Grand Rapids.
Every law is here for a reason, and I just want to know what
That's
happened
right.
for that one.
I know, me too. Russell, in the whole state of Michigan, if you declare bankruptcy, 100 chickens are exempt from collections agents.
Oh my, that's true.
It is true. And not only that,
No way.
by law, a debtor is entitled to retain 10 sheep, 2 cows, 5 swines, 100 hens, 5 roosters, and sufficient feed for 6 months. So I guess you can keep your own homestead or your farm and get back on your feet quickly.
My mortgage just got more confusing.
Yeah. One more time through. Matt, in the city of Rochester, Michigan, there's an ordinance requiring that all bathing suits to be inspected by the city's chief of police before use.
That's a law. Absolutely.
There is a law. So I couldn't find a direct citation for this one, but there's a bunch of like 10 wacky laws in Michigan articles that all say that. So I think that used to be a law and that it's not a thing anymore. But yes, it absolutely was. And I think it harkens back to like Victorian sounding, like make sure it covers decency standards or something. But yeah, wacky. Scott, Sault Ste. Marie, in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, there's an old local law that prohibits smoking in bed.
Sure, I think that sounds reasonable for the UP.
That is very much true.
Is it
really?
really?
My freedoms?
Oh, God.
Wow.
Yep. In Sault Ste. Marie only. You can smoke in bed next door to the
What if
town,
it's
but-
outside? What if my bed
My
was
bed,
outside?
my choice.
That's, That's right. And lastly, Russell, in Marquette, Michigan, in the UP, you may not be a tourist or guest and view an aurora borealis without a license.
Oh my! Please, lore. Please, lore.
Yeah, I made that one.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Very
What
good.
a lord. Oh my gosh.
Very good. I think that means, Russell, you got all three. Am I right? I think so.
It's just, how I roll most days.
Russell, why don't you kick us off this week? What do you have for us for a pitch?
Oh, great. Yes, happy to. So,
Or do you need to sober up first?
Or think of an idea.
Or think of an
no,
idea
I got
first?
my idea. Okay, this idea,
What do you got?
little interesting. Okay, maybe this exists, maybe it doesn't. But so the idea is called Caterizer. Basically, it takes any existing mom and pop shop kitchen or little restaurant, and we help set up the catering for that business. Okay. And so what this does is we reach out to, we're hyper local. We reach out to 5 or 10 mom and pop shops that are doing really well and figure out a catering strategy, centralize operations for those 5. So they don't have to have a commercial kitchen that's supposed to make 100, 300 chicken sandwiches for that one catering event, right? Which may not be possible in a current restaurant situation. So we are the outsourced ghost kitchen that basically takes your recipe, takes your brand, and caterizes your kitchen, right?
Okay.
Don't worry about, literally, you don't have to do literally anything. You just say, I want this. We take a cut, we caterize. Done. That's it.
Whoa.
This whole pitch was you wanting to use the word caterize that you just coined. I get it. That's a good word.
Checking copyrights right now. Yep, Russell's got it. Caterized.
Are you imagining individuals or existing established businesses coming to this with their recipe?
Existing established businesses that are already killing it, the ones that are doing super well, they've been in business for maybe 2 or 3 years, right? So you want to kind of find the new ones and just expand, right? Their business. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. How do you market to that group? That's hard. You're already doing exactly what you're doing now and you're killing it, so why don't you give up control of making that to this other company and hope that it works out, That's a tough pitch.
Well, in theory, you're going to the ones that aren't doing catering right now. They just can't, they've thought about it. They've probably done some bulk orders, but they've probably turned down those types of arrangements, right?
You got to drive some fear into them. You got to give them a call to be like, hey, I'm having a wedding coming up. I need, 400 orders of whatever by this date. Can you do that? Oh, you can't? Okay, then hang up. And then Russell comes in the next day with his service. Hey, I help you do large events.
Whoa, I got to call this other guy that called me yesterday. And all of a sudden I'm buying my own stuff. So I think I was at a place, I was at some restaurants in Madison. It was a breakfast joint and they have a really good lunch. They have an incredible menu. And I think they were there was somebody that was coming in and asking about catering. Hey, we want to do this breakfast brunch event. Hey, we don't do any catering. There was 150
The
people. And it's probably because, right, they're trying to run their existing restaurant. So, I get it, right? And what's cool about this is ad hoc, you don't have to pay. It's if you're a restaurant owner, you have to pay for a commercial kitchen to do that. There's this one restaurant that I was talking to years ago that was we make literally 300, 500 tamales to order. We do that during the day, and we don't open and do breakfast or lunch during the day because we're literally making tamales all day, right? All day.
Yeah.
And so you would just, you do it in a different kitchen. They would rent out other kitchens. Why do that? I'll just do it all for you.
Borrow a chef from the original company. Hey, I need one of your sous chefs just for the day. Tell me, does this taste like what you make? Great, ship it.
No, they just use now they can make I don't know how they make tamales, but now you can use 40, 10 burners instead of the 4. Yeah, I guess. And then we would, so what's different about this, is we would go nationwide with it. We'd be a national brand. would trust, and we could ship overseas.
Oh, you're not white labeling your service? You're not going to be the fulfillment that, like, I don't know, the local Mexican restaurant comes to you and you start doing that. You're not going to pretend that you're more employees from them. You're going to call yourselves the Caterizers, and the Caterizers menu is different every month depending on what restaurant you're partnered with or whatever.
I thought you were taking their branding.
No.
Yeah, me too.
I was more thinking like a national, like we would be a national brand to those restaurants. So when they go to the convention, right? The kitchen convention, we'd be.
Well, what if you were something that the average consumer recognized? That could be interesting. Where like, oh man, sort of like the soup of the day, but I'm the restaurant of the week, and this week we have whatever for weddings, but next week you're hosting that party. I don't know.
I like that a lot. If there's like the most famous restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia, the most famous mom and pop shop, I would try that. Hell yeah. What are they most famous for? This dish. I'd try that up here. That would be great.
I'm having that grad party or whatever. Let me have in Caterizers. They'll have something interesting from Louisiana.
Yeah, it's like door dashing across the country. Like there's only one option each week.
That's really fun.
That's actually genius. Oh my gosh. Right? So like the most famous the most famous restaurant in like Louisiana, like New Orleans, right? Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna make their best meal.
Dish. Yeah. We're just gonna make it all over the place.
They just send us the recipe, and we procure and do everything and take a ton of the, all the pre-orders, purchase, boom, and just turn it around.
They'd love it. That's just a bunch of free advertising for them too. And then next time you're in New Orleans, you got to try it again if you liked it.
Is this naive in saying photographers love being paid in exposure? Like, are there restaurants out here who are like, there's no way in hell I'm giving you my recipe. I don't have any control over you. Like, I feel like this might be a hard sell to it. Yeah.
I'll sign an NDA, whatever, right? Like we just make everybody sign an NDA.
You have to establish the cred for sure. Yeah. Once you are something that consumers know, then you have a little bit of sway in the negotiation.
Dude, if I did like an In-N-Out, not In-N-Out, but like In-N-Out pop-up in the Midwest, like you know how much money I would make for just one day of, there would just be no way I could fulfill all the orders for In-N-Out. But if you do something a little smaller scale, maybe a little less famous,
up and down,
it would pan out.
Side to side.
Dude. Yes, yeah. Throw some DoorDash drivers in there,
I think your key to value proposition for your books is doing it big, though. You don't take DoorDash orders. You take minimum 200 quantity orders.
Yes, right?
And maybe that
whole
could be
businesses, right? Entire block of what's your restaurant? What's your restaurant that you guys want to have? What is the best restaurant?
All the West Coasters talk about like, oh God, Whataburger and In-N-Out and Shake Shack and stuff. And we don't have any of that stuff in here in Michigan, up in the Midwest. We're just now discovering Raising Cane's and Popeyes and stuff. It's like there's so much that we're missing out on.
We didn't have Sonic on the east side in Detroit. We would get commercials for Sonic all the time growing up, but there was just no Sonic in Michigan. That really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Well, Caterizers will be at your door this year to sell you all those.
For me and 199 of my closest friends and family.
1 week only.
I only wanted one In-N-Out burger, not 160.
Buy a deep freezer.
Buy a deep freezer.
I love bulk prepared secondhand recipe In-N-Out burgers that are in the deep freezer for a few weeks. That's peak culinary experience right there.
Hell yeah. Stored in an air fryer, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Alrighty, Scotty B, what do you got this week?
All right, I have a drone idea that I have been saving for Mr. Rybar here. So,
love it.
We recently had rain in our area, and this entire summer, I have felt like we haven't had any mosquitoes. And then all of a sudden, there's mosquitoes everywhere, and it's been really pissing me off. And so I'm wondering, can we make a drone product that will, after a rainstorm, go around and just like poison every puddle so that larvae can't like spawn there? Every small body of water it could just detect and go in and drop like a little tablet. And apparently there's like things that don't affect the environment at all but they just make it so larvae can't develop some kind of protein.
Uh-huh.
And then it just flies back home and returns and just keeps doing that until there aren't any mosquitoes in 100 yards around me in any direction. And that's the entire idea.
Wow, honey. I feel like ever since we hired Scorched.Earth, there's been no single wildlife pest outside. I haven't seen a thing living or dead.
I did a little bit of due diligence on this, and there are environmentally safe ways to kill mosquito larvae that don't affect most wildlife.
What about humans? What's the effect on humans?
How's that
about
well
you?
water treating you?
It's a naturally occurring bacterium that specifically targets mosquito larvae.
That's
and
cool.
Like
Okay.
some kind of most kinds of flies.
And living human cells.
Anyway, I want to poison the water supply using drones.
I see nothing
Sure.
wrong with it. Absolutely.
Okay, we got approval from the Senate.
Yeah, the president says so of the Drone Association.
Dude, I mean, why not? Why don't we sew it into the clouds? So why don't we just put that chemical?
This isn't that much. let me narrow the scope a little bit. This is kind of like when you have pest control, like spray around your house, right? Like you have it small scale, you sort of make a barrier, but it's your
Yeah,
nearby
I don't want to
puddles.
disrupt the entire ecosystem, just my lawn.
I think the follow-up product though is a mosquito zapper on that drone.
Oh,
It kills them. It kills the larvae. Then it flies around the little zapper and just zaps them out of the sky.
Our bug zapper is just not active enough. It needs to chase them down and kill them. Just buzzing around.
Great
That's
marketing.
awesome.
Whoa, what's that? Is that a bird? A plane? No. That is the mosquitoes.
It's an electrified electric fence combing through the air.
This
Oh,
could be
man.
sold with Caterize. But you clean up the event. You clean up the event before the guests show up.
Couple different niches
That's-
here, but you know what? Marketing says they go great together.
So like rain barrels, I will say, Scott, being in the stormwater industry, the rain barrels, there's like tablets you throw in to prevent mosquito larvae. It's like a thing. It's
Put it on a
totally
drone,
real.
drop it in a puddle.
Just everywhere.
Everywhere.
But like for real. Like, 'cause,
Everywhere you detect water.
like why do we let mosquitoes live?
Bats.
That's right. Pure silence.
If you're an environmentalist, please write into us.
Or don't. I think I know what that email looks like. Or podcast@spitball.show. We'll take all of your hate mail.
I guess my question to you, Matt, is that within the realm of possibility, can a drone, 1, detect water, 2, drop a small object, 3, return home and do it again?
I don't see any problem with that. That's actually
Cool. How about the legality of
feasible.
that? Outside
Now,
of...
let's not talk about that.
Okay. What state should we be doing this in?
Probably Texas. Though
All those
Louisiana,
Texas rainstorms.
Louisiana just passed a bill that they can shoot drones out of the sky without any issues. So it's federally illegal, but they said screw the feds and we're going to do our own thing. So that might be a good place.
Turn the frickin' frogs gay with your tablets that you're dropping from the sky. We're going to make some conspiracy theories come to life.
Can I send another drone to kill a current drone? Like if I see one, can I have like a hunter-seeker drone?
This is my drone.
My drone, my
Goes up
anti-drone
There's
drone.
there's ones out there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Little kamikaze drone action.
I do have a kamikaze drone in case Scott's drone comes over to poison my water. My Iron Dome.
Leo just loves the mosquitoes, man. He's been farming them for years.
So I remember what I was thinking. Okay. So in my parents, when I grew up, they would literally have a truck come by and they would spray for mosquitoes. You guys had that?
Yeah.
You know, do we
Yep.
have that here?
Yeah.
So,
I know
like-
what you're talking about. On the other side of the state, we did. Yep.
What chemical is that?
It's just bleach.
Who knows?
No.
But whatever Scott is dropping on my puddles is probably going to be made of the same chemical that just goes literally on like a truck. They just take a hose and spray it in the direction all over the playgrounds, all over the trees. Like, we don't give a single fuck about that. At least Scott's is a little bit more precise. Like, yeah, that puddle, no. You know, that little pool of water, drop it, right? Like right now we're totally cool with trucks just spraying the shit out of everything. Like, we should at least
So
be...
Scott's is the environmental solution.
Yeah.
And yet,
Exactly
I'm just
right.
picturing
Exactly.
sitting outside with a lemonade and like a drone comes up and drops a little tablet in it and flies away.
We sent a letter in the mail, Scott, you know. don't go outside from 6 to 9 p.m. for the spray, the drone spray. But
8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
I mean, what's so different? Like, Scott, yours is actually like way safer than like those trucks driving by and just fogging the whole neighborhood, right?
Supposedly.
So, it sounds scary on paper,
Hey,
but
it
like,
said it was even whatever BTI that I was looking at says it's even harmless to bees. So I'm like, okay, great. This is a good one. Let's try it. Comes in tablet form.
Okay.
The bees could go too, though. Let's kill them all.
You know what? Screw it. We'll go back to Leo's Scorched Earth.
why use chemicals, Scott? Why don't you just drop a bunch of frogs and tadpoles in all these ponds?
There is a .earth TLD. You could have Scorched.Earth if that's not taken already.
Whoa.
Dude, that's definitely taken.
Yeah, it must be.
What eats mosquito larvae? Is there like an animal? I mean, that's probably like a
Larva? I don't know, but...
minnows? Like crazy. What if you dropped just a minnow?
What if the drone dropped a bunch of minnows into that puddle so that at the end of a day, you had hot baked minnows all over you?
Everyone wants this service.
Hey, no mosquitoes,
At
baby.
least there's no mosquitoes, honey.
All right, Leo, what do you got for us this week?
All right, a simple task for us this evening, gentlemen. We need to solve the political divide in this country and fix the news outrage cycle, okay? No problem. So,
Perfect.
Easy.
here's something I've been thinking a lot about. The news outrage cycle fuels itself on these stories that both left and right-wing people hear and get in a big tizzy about and then forget about for the next thing. 3 weeks later, nobody's talking about that thing anymore. So I want to build the news outrage cycle reminder, which sends a thing, a push notification, maybe once or twice a week, or maybe even more frequently, that's, hey, do you remember that thing that you thought was so urgent and important, and the thing that really bothered you 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 6 years ago? That's not really that important anymore, is it? On the right-wing side, you've got your Bud Light boycotts from a few months ago, and you've got your, the Harvard plagiarism scandals or whatever. On the left side, you've got your changes to, like, I don't know, the Hollywood strike or whatever the heck's going on this week, right? And then we forget about them. What if I put everything into context? Maybe you even grab some current news stories and like throw them next to this and say, hey, this looks like it's about as important as that caravan of Hispanics that was coming across the border that you were really worried about 4 years ago, but really wasn't even happening. I think everything needs to be contextualized so that we see ourselves in that funhouse mirror and maybe chill out a little bit. How's that?
Holding a mirror up to society is very scary, Leo. We don't want to see ourselves. I do really like this idea, though.
If you register yourself, you could even use like advertisements. Put an ad on NewYorkTimes.com or FoxNews.com and say like, hey, I see this story's really important. Do you remember when those 3 other stories were just like this and nothing ended up happening? I'm not advocating for complete apathy, but maybe tonal, I don't know, bringing everything down by a little bit. So that's all.
Well, so like one, I have never forgotten when Obama wore that tan suit.
That's right.
I will never forget that because literally I think about that every day. So I don't think that app will work. But
yeah.
But
well,
no.
This would be pushed to conservatives to say, remember when the war on Christmas was the thing you mattered the most, or Obama's tan suit, or whatever,
Red
and
Starbucks.
it ended up not being a big deal?
Red Starbucks
Right.
cups. Like I think that was Starbucks that made it up, but this makes sense. It's like the throwback, right? Like the throwback feature you get on your Snapchat.
It's Time Hop mixed with the New York Times app.
That's
really good.
What a self-realization. Like, wow, I was heated about that topic, wasn't I?
Exactly.
Right?
I'm not claiming that this is something that only one side or the other does. Like, this is a problem for all of society, I think, at the moment.
I really like this.
Free
Leo.
Britney. Guys remember this? Like that was Free Britney.
I still have strong feelings on that, Russell.
Oh yeah, Free Britney.
Free Britney.
That was like a huge deal. Like I don't even.
Might be a little too far back, right?
Is that too far? I don't even know.
Maybe not. I don't know.
But like perfect time hop. Like, oh wow, yeah, I forgot. Everybody was fighting about that, weren't they? You know?
Coney 2012, am I right?
Right. That's right. I forgot about that. Like, who gives a shit now? But like, damn, people were heated about that topic.
It ended up not even being like a real story. That's the thing. A lot of these things are just red hot fire 24/7 news coverage for a day or two or three, and they, a week, a month later, were proven to not be true at all, or to be highly exaggerated, or taken out of context. So, like, what if we had this service providing, like, a little bit of a Snopes.com thing, but far in the future, where everyone's cooled down, and you get the, like, the follow-up, closing the loop satisfaction of conclusion to each one of these stories. Maybe that would help tone everyone down a little.
Oh, yeah. It'd be kind of cool to revisit like a story, 4 years later and be like, all right, I have a fresh perspective.
I would honestly love to hear the conclusion of all of these, whatever it is.
I think Hacker News or Reddit or something has a view the front page as it was on any particular given day. And that's always really interesting too. Like, do the Fox Newses and New York Timeses of the world have that? I don't think they're incentivized to.
No way.
Oh, new stories, new fear.
I guess so.
Dude, that's a great way. Like, you could sell this as like a service to like New York Times subscribers. You create the tool, and then now, like, imagine that's ad revenue that reusing the same article to get more clicks on their site. Like, literally, they do very little, and now they're making the same amount of money. Like, oh yeah, let me reread that article I read 5 years ago. Like, oh, I have a different.
Yeah.
Well, like, it's kind of cool because you have a different perspective on it because now you know what you know.
You have closure. You have an ending. Probably not.
You know what this could be? This is a really good premise for like a Substack or a blog of some kind, a paid newsletter, where once or twice a week I'm getting a newsletter, and hey, like kind of like those Twitter accounts that are like this day in World War II, where it's following along in real time, like this day 6 years ago politically or whatever. Like, we pick one really important story that totally fizzled before it got its day to find
That'd
conclusion.
be so. Actually, yeah. Like, you could do the recent, which is 6 years ago. You could do one that's 60 years ago, 600 years ago, if they have that.
Can you believe these women and their rights to vote?
Like, that could have been a thing. Just an article that was really popular. Like,
this got a lot of clicks in 1925.
right? How cool would it be? I guess, like, I'd be more interested in reading about history, let's say, through a service like that, right?
I really like. You said that's an existing service where I can just like get live tweets of World War II.
Oh yeah,
as it's going.
It was a Twitter thing. I don't know if it's persisted into the post-Twitter era, but it was like this day in WW2, and it was like the Allies have just taken this small town in the west of France because it just happened to be like following along in real time, but X number of years in the past.
I would love to
really
follow General MacArthur's Twitter as like, in real time as it's going. That would be
It was
incredible.
like briefings from the front. Here's the little bit of progress that was made that one day. Here's this little tiny thing that happened, but in real time, and you got like historical photos and stuff. It's cool.
I'm really curious how people would react. Like, I feel like you're just going to start some movement accidentally of just people seeing, I am forced to see this story that I was hoping to be gone from my mind at this point, and now it's back again, and I have to think about it again.
Yeah, there's some eating your medicine with this thing, and I'm not quite sure how to give sugar.
Oh,
with
no,
it.
I love that. That's fantastic.
But is this something that people would seek out and want? Like, is this just going to be awful? Is this a good experience? I don't know.
I think you're right, though. It's going to open people's eyes to be like, oh my God, I am ingesting so much shit right now. Maybe I don't have to eat shit all day.
That's the end goal.
It's captivating. Like, it'd be cool to see an article, like knowing what the top of our news cycle is this week, this day, and then finding a rhyming article from, like, let's say 100 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And then just being like, whoa, like, this is a news story, but it was from 1920s, and it sounds like relevant today, right?
They say everything comes in cycles, so it'd be cool to watch the cycles go over and over back.
And if journalism really is dying, then there's probably a lot of really good writers out there who are looking for a new angle, a new pivot, a new side project or something, right?
Yeah. Easy Twitter, like, creation, Instagram, like, follow, right? And then you literally look at what's trending, figure out the history, news article, post about that, and tag, what's the name of this bad boy, Leo?
Oh, New York Time Hop.
That's pretty good.
Chicago Times Hop, right? This.
Yeah, exactly. LA Time
LA
Hop.
Time Hop.
Okay, Matt, what have you brought for us this week?
So this one piggybacks a bit off of Scott's, but just imagine you're sitting in your house and you look out in your backyard and you see that just annoying possum sitting out by in the field. Or
Excellent.
you have chipmunks running around and you're like, what in the world? How am I going to get rid of all these chipmunks? Or your neighbor's dog runs into the yard and you're like, get that thing out of there. This is the drone animal relocation service that drone just swoops in out of nowhere, snatches that thing up, takes it wherever it needs to go. If it's the chipmunk, yep, that might go to your neighbor. If it's your dog, who knows where that might go, but it's the ethical way of relocating animals.
All right.
Whoa.
I'm just picturing a dog like flying down the street in my neighborhood. Pulled up by the collar.
In a net.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was a coon.
In a net.
Huh. Okay.
100% autonomous, AI driven the entire way, no human input.
This is just a bodyguard.
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. So the occasional dog might go flying away, but it's the cost of doing business.
Yeah. Dude, I would totally drop like a stuffed animal dog in Scott's yard and call this service, and it's just little stuffed animal flying in the air. And then, of course, in Louisiana, I'd shoot the shit out of it. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
It wouldn't work out there.
In prototyping, our AI has picked up on small children, so we're still refining some bugs right now.
Remember the balloon incident with the kid?
Oh, yeah.
Several years ago?
Right. It's like the balloon thing.
Let's escalate that.
My New York Timeshop just pushed that notification to me. I was supposed to be really mad about that. Balloon boy.
That's right. So I think animal services probably are like extremely underfunded. You know what I mean? Like this would totally work kind of to that end. Like why not just replace all that funding, put it into like an autonomous drone program that's just like let's say, sure, it's not surveilling all everybody's yards. Let's say you call 911drones.com, right, or whatever. Call them, right, the .com, and then they swoop in and they pick up the animal.
Roadkill too.
Skunks, dude, they need to go.
Roadkill's a good one. Yeah, that's got to be somebody's job, right? They don't just let the vultures take care of it. Ugh.
If it's like a full deer, can we bring it somewhere for processing?
Yuck.
Autonomous car drone. That's where the car drone comes in,
What is an autonomous car drone? Like an RC car with a Raspberry Pi in it?
It's a Waymo. It's just a Waymo car with a harpoon at the front.
A vacuum.
Shing! just drags the Waymo with a harpoon. Yep. The neighborhood cats are a pain too, right? 911 drone, get this other cat out of here.
You could go onto this service's website and contribute your dog or cat's information to it so that the drone knows where to deliver it back to. So that when your cat is a few blocks away, it scoops it up and brings it back home.
Scans the chip in the ear.
That's fantastic.
Looks up the address in a database and brings it home. Hopefully, haven't moved and updated.
For every lost dog poster that you see on there, that's one opportunity for your drone bodyguard to be the hero of the day.
People would pay a lot of money to find their dog.
It's true.
That's a good idea. Just scours the neighborhood for it. Sorry, is this a different topic?
It's a pivot.
Yeah, it's the same.
A little less hostile.
It just keeps bringing you dogs that kind of look like yours until you find the right one.
They're literally microchipped, Scott. You have a chip reader on there.
No, we're doing this purely on vision and nothing else.
Is this your dog? Good God, that's a skunk.
A couple of bugs, it's fine.
Drops it off at the same spot it found it.
Oh my God. I'm just picturing a very freaked out skunk flying by, spraying everywhere as it's going.
It takes their dog, the neighbor's dog, puts it in like a little kennel someplace, and then when that person calls and says, "Find my dog," yep, we got it. Charge them with get their dog back.
It's a hostage fee.
Oh, man.
We'll blackmail them. I like that. I don't imagine this service trolling the public streets looking for lost dogs. Maybe just your property. Yeah, why not? Yeah. You've got a lady dangling from the drone holding onto a leash, and the dog is in the drone. You picked it up on the walk.
Okay, but like, so those people that do the drones with the glasses and they can go super fast.
Yeah.
Through like
the VR
hoops
racing
and stuff.
Yeah.
What if you just had like an outsourced company right? That all they did was there's like 5 dudes in a room and they just jump into different cities where they have those drones and they're like, find this cat, right? They got a little picture in their glasses and they just zoom through. Yeah, you got like a swarm of 5 and they go block by block through an entire city in 20 minutes because they're wicked fast at what they do, and boom,
that's fun.
Yeah, and like nobody's gonna complain.
Why
I'm sure they have
we haven't incorporated those like VR goggle drone racers into like search and rescue operations. I'm surprised. It feels like that's we're trying to find that one little girl who was lost in the woods. We got to get the drone racers going on here. That's faster than any.
Is that a thing now, Matt? That must be.
Yeah, not the FPV stuff in that, but definitely from above, for sure. But the FPV side, I mean, you can't see through trees with thermal, so absolutely. There we go.
Doing the ducking and weaving like they're in Endor. That's great.
Cam on a drone.
Right.
Yeah. Slice the girl's arm off when they finally found her.
She was like that, I swear.
Yeah.
Local girl beheaded by rescue.
Guys, so how much are people paying for like pest removal? Like my dad, I'm sorry, I'm only experiencing this from like skunks in my actual like parents' place. He literally would I'm just going to pour bleach down this like hole underneath my porch.
Oh, no.
Because, well, I mean, they're just not that
they're scared away.
They're scared away, right? They're not actually in there, going to go out for the day, but then they come back home and it's like, oh, smells like bleach in here. We ain't going to stay in here, right? But that's his solution, right? What if there was a drone service that just like hung out, monitored, waited for that skunk to come in, scooped it up, like people, like... People pay a lot of money for skunk removal and like nuisance skunk removal. And if you're not killing the animal, like that's already a huge win. And you're
just giving it freaking it the hell out.
Yeah, like you can even it doesn't have to be flying there the whole time. You could literally you could just Amazon ship the drone. It just sits on there, monitors with their 360 camera, okay, finds a skunk, zoom out, and then it travels 3 miles out. And
could you sell these things as piloted and less AI and more real to like a pest control, animal control, municipality department? Is this something that there'd be any demand for, I wonder?
I know a guy who can sell drones to a municipality.
Oh, really?
Give him a call.
I think he's on this call.
I bet they're underfunded and they would be like, yeah, we don't answer half our calls because they're just like chipmunks or something, right? Like,
but we'd love to buy your drone.
If you take off half our workload, like they don't care, right? And you invoice some people, you just send an invoice in the mail for like $50 for the drone to swing by, right? No. People get grifted way easier than that, right? But
that's right. Well, dear listener, we know that you're listening to us while battling for your life against that possum in your backyard. So thank you very much for spending the night with us, and we hope you enjoyed yourself. And thank you very much, Matt, for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks, guys. Absolutely.
Our website is spitball.show. There you can find links to our YouTube channel, other social media. Email us feedback, comments, ideas. We'd love to hear from you. We are podcast@spitball.show. And that's also how you can follow us in the Fediverse, such as Mastodon. We are podcast@spitball.show, or on Blue Sky at spitball.show. Our subreddit is r/spitballshow. Our intro-outro music is Swingers by Bonkers Beat Club. Please, if you wouldn't mind, if you have a minute, that one friend of yours who has like 12 cats and they're always going over into the neighbor's yard and stuff, send them a link to this episode. We would love to have them as a listener. And leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever it is that you listen to us on.
We're famous now. We should tell them we're famous now because we have so many views and downloads from Pocket Cast.
That's true.
Shout out to Pocket Cast, right?
Yeah, listen to us especially on Pocket Cast, where we've been recently featured in the new podcasts and tech category list, right on the Discover page there. A new episode's coming out in 2 weeks. We will see you then.